It looks like we're live, anybody, and Tony will be here in a second. I can hear him pulling up. He's got the dog with him. Let's see who's all in here. I've seen Mexican Spec, Corey Bennett, Just a Thinker, Jay Weiss, Boomer. Let's see who else we had in here. Hello.
Art. For your fourth dog food?
I have a dog treats, yeah.
I got a bowl full of water.
Oh, okay. Oh, the leash of death is coming around. Bill McCuisko, what's going on? Overnight guitarist, how you doing? Frank Ermo, what's going on? Robert Williams, John Hickman III. What's going on, everybody?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Tony says hi. He's here.
We'll just take care of the puppy.
Yeah. Yeah, you can take over. I'll just play with the dog.
We just got back from class. She's taking her canine good citizen class.
Oh, she's getting her good.
So she's actually going to end up being a better citizen than me, more than likely.
Well, yeah.
But hi, everybody. I can't. Oh, I have.
Yeah.
Put my glasses on.
You can
Hey,
see.
it's a little dark in here.
Yeah.
I'm in the shot. I got.
Here, I got it.
You get that one. I get this one.
I'll take the lights.
Okay. What a smooth professional operation this is, Dr. Art.
It is fancy and smooth. There we go. They can see
All
us
right.
now.
Oh, okay, so you've only been off for 2 minutes.
Yeah. No, I just. It was a few minutes after I just started. I heard you pull up, so I'm like, let's go.
Joe K, Thunderstruck, Robert Williams, the main CD Burlock. I've been trying to read that name for the last year?
Yeah.
About a year.
Yeah,
right?
you got it. You got it now.
We got it that time, right? Charlie Romo, what's going on? Kelsey Cunningham, good day. Mexican Spec, Eric Uncamper, Boomer, Barracuda, Mexican Spec. I think I already said hi to Mexican Spec.
Yeah.
What's that? Now, what's this? Charlie Romo. Hey, Tony, why did my comments on your last video get kicked out? I did not kick out any comments.
No, you don't even look at the comments.
Well, I do sometimes,
but you don't. No, you don't kick them out.
Flip your pistons to roll up your windows. No, sometimes, Charlie. Sometimes comments get put into held for review for whatever reason.
YouTube stuff.
So yours might have got kicked into held for review, and then later on, when I go through the comments, or maybe if Kathy's watching it, she'll go through the comments and she'll
pop them up later.
Yeah, she'll pop them up. Michael Tucker, I know this is right off the bat. Everything is right off the bat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I just watched the video. What do you guys think of Carb Cheater?
It's a controlled vacuum leak when you have your carburetor is too rich and you're looking to be on television and sound all fancy and smart when it's just a little bleed-off valve you could buy on eBay for $10. Any questions? Well,
it's automated. To be fair, it's automated. It's a crutch for poor carburation or poor. If your stuff isn't tuned and you're looking for a shortcut, you'll get it that way. How reliable it is for the long run, I have no idea.
I have a monster here now, though.
Oh, what you do? You turn Molly Jane into a monster.
Yeah, a tiny little milk bone.
So she's been eating these things.
What is she? Oh,
high
value treats.
Yes, nothing but the best for my puppies. Thank you for your super chats. That's where we're all going.
It all goes right to the dogs, just like.
Let's see. It's raining at Island. Yeah. Barracuda, all these different live streams are taking over my life. What about ours? I mean, it's just one live stream after another, it seems.
It's like we do a live and then boom, we're back and doing another one. Yeah. So it seems a little bit ridiculous. Your life, you don't even have a life. There's live, then sleep, and then another live.
Jay Weiss, question: what do you think about 3D printing auto parts and in general? I think it's a fantastic technology that can help a lot of people, especially with tail lights, lenses, and stuff like that.
All the vintage stuff that there's zero parts for.
Yeah.
And if you can reproduce, the stop lens for a '56 Ford Victoria, and you can corner the market, and you can probably sell them thousands of them.
Yeah, well, I think 3D printing gives viability to a lot of cars previously that people would walk past because it's like, oh, where do I get a replacement for that? How do I get a replacement for that? Now, as far as 3D printing mechanical parts, like crucial parts, I don't know about that. But
even they can 3D print with, you can 3D print with metal now. So even like trim pieces on like Cadillac, stuff you can't get. That's good. Like pistons, I don't think so.
Right. So I would not trust 3D print critical 3D printed engine parts only because there's so much that goes in the way of metallurgy. And so perfect example, the Chinese knockoff carburetors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we've been through several of those over the last couple of years. And what you find is they are exact copies of the original. I mean, you tear the two of them apart side by side, they're dead nuts. But the Chinese stuff is not properly treated, like it's not hard anodized or anything like that. So it's subject to corrosion. So it's that same oversight when it comes to preparation or final steps or metallurgy that I would be leery about as far as 3D printing critical parts. But as far as trim and odds and ends like that, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's see. Most of the old parts. To your knowledge, did any? Oh, that's Ron Ward, by the way.
Yeah.
Super announcer Ron Ward. Did any manufacturer other than Mopar offer a pinion snubber on leaf spring cars? Mopar is the only one that had asymmetrical leaf springs. Everybody else has symmetrical leaf springs, and a pinion snubber won't work effectively on a symmetrical spring because the front segment is too much. And the pinion snubber, the pinion snubber will stop the rotation, but it's not going to stop the spring from waffling, from doing the things the springs do that create axle hop. So the combination of pinion snubber has to be with an asymmetrical spring for it to work correctly. That said, I actually have a pinion snubber on a set of symmetrical springs on slang camera, but it's such a low horsepower car that I don't really think of it as Ford actually had, yes, Ron.
Ford has them on Mustangs and stuff like that.
Yes.
On the my '98 Cobra had one and stuff like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, they do. But then again, that wasn't a coil spring car, so. I mean, it was coil spring. It wasn't leaf springs.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Here's one.
H-Pla. Just want to say thank you. You're quite welcome. After parked for 3 years, my beloved 85 Monte Carlo is back on the road, and my best buddy did all the work ourselves. Oh, me and my best buddy did all the work ourselves. Thanks to your YouTube channel. Thanks. Awesome. That's what we like to hear. That's
great.
Yeah.
So one day when you're old and cranky, you can do your own show and spread your wisdom.
Yes. Don't forget, half crippled.
Half crippled,
yeah.
Old and cranky. That's right.
To be really successful in life, you need to have several motorcycle crashes and other, assorted injuries to
crash a helicopter in Louisiana, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah.
Bring you far enough down that you can,
Yeah.
Only 24 likes, bro. That's all we're worth. That's it. That's all we're worth. Nobody likes this. Hello, Molly.
Hi.
You guys can't see Molly. She's over. Molly, come over here. Do I have treats for you?
Yeah, she likes those.
She likes these?
Yeah. So that's what she's going for.
Did you give her the high value treats?
Yes. And the high values and refill the water. And...
Come on. Say hi to YouTube. You being shy now?
Just being silent, Bob.
Pick one.
That's what I'm looking for. I have an 04 truck that's been sitting for over 10 years. What should I do to get it running? Rebuild carb or just try it? Well, there's a lot to that, Jason. Is it sitting in a garage or in a field, or the hood been off and no air clear?
It sat for 10 years. But the question is, what gas was in it when it sat for 10 years? Because if it was the old gas, the
pre-ethanol.
If it was pre-ethanol gas, yeah, you're going to have to rebuild the carburetor. If it was ethanol gas, which means that it evaporated within 2 or 3 days of the car sitting there, you may have a little crust built up in the carburetor, but nothing serious, and there's a good chance it'll start and run for you. If it's got the old gasoline that gets on that varnish smell, it's a sure thing you got to tear it down.
Yeah, you're tearing it down. But if it, squirt some oil and pull the plug, squirt some oil in the cylinders and turn it over by hand, it turns over.
Let her rip.
Throw on a hot battery and have at her. Hello, little dog.
Molly Jean. Let's see. Jay, did you guys see Thunderhead 200's Jeep Wrangler project? Right? I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jason B. It was in a field, parked running, probably ethanol. Prime it and give it a shot.
Yeah. Throw some gas down the carb and let her eat. Yeah.
Yep. Spitfire Mike, by turning pistons opposite, might raise or lower compression slightly. No, you're not changing the relationship of the piston to the you're not changing any of the swept area for sure, and you're not changing the relationship between the top of the piston and the combustion chamber. So no, I really don't see that.
Mike Gogic.
Yeah, Gogic.
What do you guys think of Predator carbs? Also, thanks to the progressive link suggestion last week, made a difference. Made all the difference.
I don't remember what the progressive link suggestion was.
I think he had. He was working with some kind of.
The multiple carbs.
Yeah.
Yes.
The dual quad setup. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What do you think of Predator carbs? We talked about that.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on them?
They had their heyday, and then it was over because they were just a cool thing to have. They weren't really the pinnacle of any engineering feat. They were a good way to flush a lot of fuel down a big motor in a hurry. The flying toilet bowls.
The transition circuitry wasn't really as evolved as it could have been. Pulling guys love those. So anything that's going from zero to wide open, yeah, they're great. The transition circuit is something left something to be desired. So ironically, I've said this 1,000 times. Ironically, back around 1991, I don't remember exactly. I spent a year working with the guy Dale Barlett, who owned a fuel funny car called what the hell is it called? The Eagle, the American Eagle. I don't even remember it. I spent a year working on a damn car. So Barlett was actually the guy who owned Predator carburetors, and the shop that we serviced the car in was in the same room as the machinery that was, chucking out the bits and pieces that the Predator carburetors were made of. So I spent a lot of time immediately around Predator carburetors, but never touched one, because at the time I was Nitro land, or I was tunnel vision for Nitro, so I could care less about what was going on with the carburetors, and therefore I had no experience with them. J. Brower TN. Should I let my car sit with ethanol gas or non-ethanol gas? Which would be easier to start after a year or so? Ethanol gas will evaporate quicker, providing it's open to the atmosphere.
Yeah, if it's a carbureted car, if it's fuel injected, you might want to go the opposite way.
Let's see.
Michael DeSantis. Hi, Tony. I love your show. I have sad Mopar experience, 2 payments on 340 Duster. And total direct racing a Chevelle in Massachusetts.
Yeah, lots of guys did that.
Yeah, that's what they were for. You go to have fun with them, you know.
There were many total muscle cars back in the day.
Yeah.
Jokey, tell me, do you have dogs during your Nitro period? Towards the end, yes. Not at the beginning, but towards the end. Jay, do you not get along with Thunderhead 289? I sort of remember a comment he made about Uncle Tony, but I didn't understand what he was talking about. Yeah, I'm not a fan. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not a fan. I'm sure there are people who you are a fan of and people you are not a fan of. You can relate.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. There's millions of people. You can not like a few of them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mark Salve, what's happening, brother? Jay Weiss, hey Tony, remember the Black Ghost Mopar story? How could I forget it?
The fiction of the Black Ghost or Gray Ghost or whatever. Yeah. That was all played up for
the story that didn't happen until after the guy's dead and his friend says, we used to race that car and I'd sit in the passenger seat and tell him when to shift.
Yeah.
Did you see that part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he would race once and go high and he turned on his cloaking device and the car got away. No, you cannot have my ice.
She wants your ice?
Yeah, she keeps pulling at my
Molly, Jane. Baby, you gotta what? You wanna come up here? You wanna stay down? You can join us. No? Okay.
Okay.
Joe K says, yeah, it seems that story is vanished now. The Black Ghost story? I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it was a.
I'm gonna look that up in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Dust Trap Garage, would a upper control arm on an 88 B250 van work on an 88 D250? Mine snapped on the driver's side, New England roads. Geez, I do not know.
I believe they do because the pickup guys use the van lower control arms because the spring sits in that pocket and it lowers it. So I would imagine that the uppers are this. I think it's,
I couldn't.
Not for sure. We believe so, but not for sure. So
yeah.
There's your non-answer, sir.
John Doe, Tony, do you remember Ace Radiator in Brooklyn? I certainly do. I think Arnie still has his Roadrunner. That was a great place, man. There was a radiator shop in Brooklyn called Ace Radiator. Mm. And actually, okay, so here's my relationship to Ace Radiator. I had my first shop. I was 19 when I got in there, right? Was the back half of a radiator shop. All right, so the building was cut in half, right? Front half was the radiator shop, and the back half was me. So the front half was a guy named Gene Fortunato, and Gene Fortunato came from Ace Radiator in Brooklyn, and the name of the place that was the front of my shop was Ace Radiator. So for the longest time, I'd say people would say, "Well, where do you work?" I'm like, "Well, Ace Radiator. It's my shop in the back," because I had no name on my shop, so we just used Ace Radiator as the name. We had great times there. We had really, really good times there. Gene was a good friend. I've lost track of him years ago. I don't, but yes, I remember that whole crew from Ace Radiator very well. Okay, Wheelie King is saying the control arm will work, but like Doc said, it will lower it. Birdsong just went through this in his minty overhaul bid. Interesting. Okay. Mexican spec. Would anybody here bring their car to a 19-year-old to get it fixed? I would not. Dude, by the time I was 19, I had a reputation in my neighborhood. I was the go-to guy. I got it done. It didn't matter what it was. I got it done. That's about the time I met Uncle Kathy. She was, let's see, yeah, she was 15 when I met her, and it was when we had that shop. And I left that shop to partner up with her father in a place on Richmond Terrace on Staten Island.
Oh, he took his gas station and
He had a gas station
Yeah.
and the service bays, and he was like, well, you got my daughter, you might as well take the bays. So we worked out an arrangement, and I moved the shop from, whoops. Okay,
seen that happening.
Did you see that happen?
I seen it happening.
Oh, you got a great view of Molly there, though.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can put this back together again. Somehow. Is that right side up or is that upside down?
That's upside down.
Okay.
Okay, almost. Here, wait. I can.
Okay. There we go.
All right. So let's see what we got. How's it look?
It can go down.
Down.
Down. Yeah, right about there. It's good. Somehow the picture got better.
Oh, much better picture, actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Molly, thank you.
Yeah. Good job, dog.
All right, I'm gonna move it up slightly and to me. Not.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Just move it to me slightly.
Yeah. A little more. There you go, right there.
Okay. All right. It's just a little crooked.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's
Don't do it again, Molly.
okay.
All right.
What? Driveway Misfits, a 6.4 magnitude earthquake hit central Tennessee Wednesday evening. Reports indicate that earthquake did $2.3 billion
Worth of improvements. Steve Kuhn, Border Collie. Yes, I have two of them. This is Molly Jane. She's 8.5, almost 9 months old, and I have her sister Winnie, who's you could just turn 2. So yes, Border Collies. And then he has a Border Collie named Misty.
Yeah.
Jason B. I've always been a fuel injection guy. Carbs scared me to death. They were like black magic. I stumbled across your channel a few weeks ago, and I've been binge watching your old videos. Thank you. Thank you. Every time you binge watch one, it's an angel gets its wings. Oh, no. I get paid. Thank you.
You get paid. The dog gets a cookie.
Yes, dog gets a cookie.
Hi, Tony. You have a 65 Mustang with a 289 engine. It will start, but not immediately.
Immediately
die out. Yeah. Plan on replacing the fuel pump in. Let's see. We got
Yeah, 65 turn will start but immediately die out. I plan on. So you have to define. Okay, it's like we're in Batman. It is like we're in Batman. Everything's like on an angle. It's a little weird. Yes, perfect.
Okay.
You got it. Okay. So you have to define immediately stalling out, because it can happen one of two ways, right? You start it up, and as soon as you let go of the key, it stalls. Just dead. Poof, nothing. Okay.
That's one issue.
Right. Or you start it up, it runs for a few seconds, and then it stalls. So which one do you have? Because it's two completely divergent possibilities. Oh no, I can't.
It's not.
That's because I cheaped out and bought
like
that.
the touch
I saw 0 popped in. What's going on, 0? Ari's in the house. What's happening, Ari?
We got everybody here tonight.
Scott Kuhn, thank you for the super chat. I got Grandma's old farmable hauled from Pennsylvania to Nebraska last week. Luckily, I pulled the hood. The upper radiator hose is like squeezing Gumby. Could be the original from '53.
Yeah, probably.
It could be. They built those things to last.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Russ Peter Derricks is saying voltage only going to the coil on crank with the 65 Mustang. And then you've got an ignition, you've got a bad ignition switch.
Yeah.
Yes, very common on Fords.
Yeah.
Of that era.
And they're super easy to replace on that car.
Yeah, and cheap.
It's a little where your key goes in, it's a little, you'll see 3 notches. Just use that to spin it off.
Well, on the 65, doesn't it have that a little hole at the bottom?
But that's to replace the key.
That's to replace the key, right?
They get the switch out of the dash.
Right.
You got to unscrew that little conjungus that goes around it, and then it comes down, and then you can switch them over.
Right. Yeah, very simple job.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ron Armstrong is saying if that's the original Farmall hose, it should ought to have some red paint on it somewhere. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Quack Attack. What's the MPG gain from an overdrive trim? Seems like a lot of hassle and expense to swap into an older car.
That's too many variables to really answer that.
Yeah, because if you're putting around town, it's going to do you no good. If you have to commute and you're on the freeway and it's got some kind of gears or small tires or just a tiny little engine, yeah, it'd be worth it all day long.
Also, what's the state of tune of the engine? Like, for instance, if you've got something that's got a bigger cam in it, okay, big cam, typical hot rod stuff, right? An overdrive transmission, dropping the motor down out of its power band could actually hurt the gas mileage rather than help it. So there's so many different variables to that.
Yeah, put your combo in the comments.
Yeah, put your combination in the comments. Let's see what we... Okay, ZMA Zephyr is saying, he's talking about the Mustang now, it will run for a few seconds and then die out. I tested the fuel pump and it seems not enough fuel was getting to the carb.
If it's pumping any fuel to the carb and it's just idling, that's plenty of fuel. I
would say check for 3 things, 3 possible things. Mm-hmm. Partially clogged fuel line going to the pump, right? Take the inlet line off, blow into it, make sure it's free all the way to the back. And that partially clogged could include the sock in the tank. If you suspect that's the problem, compressed air. Blow some compressed air. Then take the fuel line off the pump. Take compressed air, blow it into the line. And if the sock is clogged in the back, it'll blow the sock off, and you'll get fuel flow. Possibility number 2 is, and it's kind of 2A and 2B, and that would be an air leak on the suction side of the pump, and the usual suspect with that is the piece of rubber hose that goes between the tank and the metal line that runs up to the front of the car. So you're going to have a piece of hose, depending on the car, it's 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches long, and it's going to go from the pickup in the tank to the metal line in the car. Those become dry rotted over time, and when the pump is trying to suck fuel up through the carburetor, instead it sucks air through that. Right. And then the third possibility, 2B, would be a rusted fuel line. That's a pinhole or something in the fuel line that's allowing it to pull air instead of fuel.
Yeah, and on your Mustang, there's going to be a little fuel line kind of under your feet on the driver's side, on the bottom part of the car, where those 2 lines come together.
Okay.
Same hose made in 65 as,
Oh, there you go. Okay, so, I didn't know about that. See, he's very specific there. He knows those cars exactly.
So check those 2 hoses.
Well, before you condemn the pump, right?
Yeah.
Run a fuel line to a gas can. Take the fuel line that goes to the car off, plug another piece of hose in there for 5/16, I believe that is on that car, and just drop it into a fuel jug, a gas can, and see if it'll run off of that. If it runs off of that, your problem is back to the line or the tank. And if it doesn't, then you the pump.
Before you spend the money on the pump,
right? It's
a couple little quick diagnostic things, maybe cost you a couple bucks for some hose.
Let's see. Brian Tracy They say my 70 Cougar with a 2-barrel 351 Cleveland would get better gas mileage at 70, 75. Oh, God. I can't.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. You scrolled off there. My 70 Cougar with a 2-barrel 351 Cleveland would get better gas mileage at 70, 75 than at 55 with 3.0 gears.
Yeah.
Because the engine is in its happy place. Okay.
Yeah, you have no gears and giant ports. It's just not working. Yeah.
Molly, you look comfortable. She's on the couch. She looks like a princess.
She's being very good and quiet. So. Good. Robert Williams, see what he's got for you there. That's because that's kind of the stage you're in right now.
Thoughts on using a connecting rod with a gouged up big end surface after smoothing it up and just throwing in a new bearing. Super low budget build on an old import mini truck engine. Where is it gouged up? Is it gouged up where the bearing sits? Is the bearing sitting on a gouged up surface? Because if so, then no, don't do it. Don't do it. The bearing needs a certain amount of crush, right? So that gouged up surface, if it's not completely perfectly flat, originally what the surface it's supposed to be, if it's built up a little bit, it'll squish the bearing and reduce the oil clearance. And if it's material taken out of it where it's gouged, the bearing won't be crushed. And if it's not crushed, it'll want to spin, right? Do not reuse an unmachined big end where it's gouged.
And if it's a mini truck, it's a little Nissan or a little Toyota, there's engines you should be able to find a stock rod for $6 on eBay or something. I would not use that rod is your answer.
Yeah. Now, if it's gouged up on the outside, like in other words, like it was in an engine and a companion rod through and it went and it nicked it and all that stuff, judgment call. Dress out the gouges. Make sure it's still, you know what I mean? It didn't really dig in, and you should be okay.
Yeah. Thunderstruck, is it worth to flip the pistons in a smog era 454?
I believe so. Fubar's in the house. What's happening, Fubar? Thank you for showing up. Is it worth it to flip the pistons on a smog era 454? If it was my engine, okay, and I'm going to use it myself, I don't even think about it. To me, automatically, those directional notches go to the back. It's that simple. So, it's not something I debate about. It's not something I look at and say, what should I do with these pistons? I automatically stick them in facing the back on my own engines. So, Sergeant Mustang, why did Chrysler use ammeters instead of voltmeters in their cars? Is there any advantage? They felt it was more accurate.
And their engineers and their pipes and slide rules. They don't know amp gauge. Yeah, that's all.
Oh, wait. It's Kathy. It's a message coming through from Kathy at Uncle Tony's Garage headquarters.
Message from the big giant head.
Okay. Message from the big giant head, yes. Hey, Tony, I need you to make an announcement telling people that their orders
are on the way.
Orders are on the way. And did I read that wrong? Or is it? No. Okay. I'm good. All right. Are on the way. And that I'm sorry I got backed up with the merch. Thanks for your patience. Not you, Tony, the viewers. No, don't ever thank me for my patience. Why would anybody? Yeah. No, seriously. So as most of our regulars know, Kathy is currently in remission from MS. She is doing great. This whole week she's been walking with no aids, no walker, no crutches, no cane, no nothing. She's been walking. She's doing fantastic. But that doesn't mean that she's out of the woods as far as all this stuff she's got to get done. So things are very, very backed up at the moment. If you ordered stuff and it hasn't gotten to you yet, she's on it. She's on it. I know there's a big load of stuff going out tomorrow morning. So yeah, thank you for your patience. Kat, did I do good with that? Did I do good? Did I do that right?
Yeah. We got a lot of orders.
I couldn't have done it right because we only got 62
Oh
likes.
my gosh, 62 likes, and we've been here for
ridiculous.
35 minutes.
Do I have to cry? Do I have to
real crocodile tears live on television?
Ron Armstrong is saying, I'm sure it feels good to do some work, Kathy. So great, you're in remission. And she's doing a lot of work.
The walls. Uncle Tony, Dr. Art, technical question. Have you guys ever messed out with putting
firings
in blocks?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, O-rings.
Okay.
Have you guys ever messed up with putting firings blocks? The sort of ring wire that goes on the top of the board to get a better seal. Yeah, for years, for a dozen years, I only worked on Nitro cars, really. And 100% of them have O-rings, right? So with those, it's using a copper head gasket and using a stainless steel ring, and the ring goes in the cylinder head. Usually, when you're O-ring a street block, if you're using a street block, it's the block that gets the O-ring, it's machined for the O-ring, and if there's any receiver groove at all, it's going to be in the cylinder head. If you're using a steel head gasket, like a steel trim head gasket, you use a copper wire. If you're using a copper wire, you use a stainless wire. So yeah, I mean, I've dealt with countless O-ring engines.
There's one tomorrow.
One tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's right. Tomorrow we're going to go take a look at the top fuel car. We're going to do an ultimate will it run.
Will it run? Just shove some alcohol in it and it hit, but he doesn't. We'll save it. You can save it for the video.
No alcohol. No alcohol.
Oh, just right to Nitro.
I pee when I stand. Right? I pee when I stand. If you're gonna go exotic fuels, okay?
Just go right to Nitro.
I do not play games. I'm proud to say that I never once I touched an alcohol car. Once, and I felt dirty doing it. Okay,
dirty and cheap.
It was to help out a friend. It was
it's always to help out a friend. Yeah,
he was going to make his first runs in a funny car, and he had never done anything like that before. So he wanted me to come along for moral support, and his crew was lacking.
Okay,
so I had to dive in there and
4 Girl Scouts for his crew,
more or less.
Yeah.
So, but it was the first and only time I've ever laid hands on an alcohol car. I felt dirty and cheap afterwards. I couldn't wash it off myself. I tried. I went home. I showered and showered and showered. I used all kinds of different soaps and stuff. I couldn't get it off of myself. But I've healed since then. So that's my only alcohol car experience ever. And here, I admitted it to you guys.
I wanted to show you something too, but keep going.
Eddie, hey Tony, this is Eddie from Ace Radiator. Eddie, how are you?
What's going on?
You did a couple articles on our cars. Look up 70 car RT. I think I sold you a 66 Hemi satellite body. I had a 66 Hemi satellite. Eddie, nice to see you, dude. That was 1980. Well, you remember Gene Fortunato, yeah? I don't know if you were, but I shared the shop with Gene. And yes, when we did Cars Illustrated, we did a thing called Burnout Street. It was kind of like a headpiece where we went out to Ace Radiator and you guys brought all your cars out and you just burnout after burnout after burnout. That was great. I'm glad to see you're up and running, man. Eddie, do you know? Have you heard from Gene at all? Gene Fortunato? I haven't seen him in. Oh God, I'm gonna have to say it's probably almost 40 years, or they're about 35. Yeah, 35 years. Timothy Basenko. I used to race my 70 Monte Carlo at Atco Raceway in New Jersey in the 1990s. Atco was my home away from home, man. Well, Englishtown and Atco. Oh, okay. Eddie is saying, yeah, we taught him the biz, and he opened up Ace 2. That's right. It was called Ace 2. Unfortunately, he passed about 5 years ago. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But
Radiator guys usually don't get that old.
he was a good guy. Well, Eddie here has to be. Eddie, you've got to be 80, right? Because I know Gene was a good 10 years older than me. So, and you taught him the business, so you've got to be. Yeah, Gene was a great guy. But Eddie is a perfect example of old Radiator guys. They can live.
Well, I mean, that's beautiful already, you know.
Let's see. Arnie is 7. Oh, you're 60. Okay, so I'm 63. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, you're one of the younger guys. And Arnie is 71. Okay. Who was the guy, Eddie? Who was the guy that had the 6-pack satellite? It was a 72 satellite Sebring Plus, 446-pack 4-speed. Was it one of you guys? Black, beautiful car, black with a white gut. Was he one of yours? Lombardi. That's right, Lombardi. I can't remember his first name. But yeah. Okay, Rob Lombardi.
Oh, okay.
What a beautiful car. And that car originally, I know the car was originally bought new by Dave Leclerc, Dave the Indian. And then it ended up over there. There was a funny coincidence because I was telling him about the car one day because I was in love with the car. It was just the most beautiful thing, right? I was in love with it. And I'm telling him about the car. I'm describing it to him. He says, yeah, I bought that new. And he showed me pictures of it when he bought it new. Let's see. He's still around.
Yeah, he's still around. Yeah.
Okay. Beaumont resident, Tony, good to catch you live again. Good to have you here. Question: I have a 1986 Buick Regal with an Olds 307 turbo hydromatic 200 R4 transmission has lost reverse. I hear there's a problem with these. Is it a big fix? It's a simple transmission. I mean, I can't tell you specifically what's wrong with it because I'm not intimate with those, but it is a simple transmission. It's the kind of one you can effectively do at home on your bench. Have you done any of those?
No.
Okay.
I don't do transmissions.
Because you're smart.
That's right.
Because you're smart.
I have people that
Right.
put transmissions together for me.
I have passed that off to so many people. They don't want to do it.
Yeah. Take this big messy thing and yeah.
Let's see. 86 is rear-wheel drive.
Joe K. Fuel injected car with a hollowed out cat to free up exhaust restriction, but the exhaust stinks. Yup.
It's a hopped up daily driver.
Is it worth it to put in a high flow cat, not lose much power?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If the exhaust stinks, it means that you're putting too much fuel through there to begin with. Like, you really shouldn't have a stinky exhaust.
Because if it's a fuel injected car, its brain is telling it needs to warm up that cat.
Yes.
And especially before the time and events and things happening. So it's actually overfueling to get this cat to fire, but there's no cat, so it's all going out the tailpipe.
But what if it's got a drippy injector or two?
It could.
Right? And it's dumping fuel. He puts a catalytic converter in there, and what happens? It's going to kill the
It's
cat.
just going to turn into a big red fireball.
Yeah. So I would make sure that the engine is running right. The stinky exhaust to me is a red flag. So make sure it's running right before you throw a cat in the thing.
Yeah.
Olive is here. How are you, Olive?
Hi, Olive. I heard a rumor.
Wait, first, Jason B.
Jason
Thank
B.
you. Super chat. Thank you, sir. What do you think of the 4010, 4011 carbs? Some of the Edelbrox. Not Edelbrox, the Summits.
Oh, the old Motorcraft.
The 4100. That's
No, I like those.
I love them too. They're great carburetors.
Their drivability is fantastic, and they're easy to service, and you can change jets without having to drain the fuel all over the engine.
Yep. I prefer the later Holly / Summit version to the actual original Autolite version. Not that the Autolite ones were bad, but the way the accelerator pumps, and they were just a little unorthodox, where when you get to the Holly and then later Summit versions of those carburetors, they're fantastic.
So I've thrown that Summit carb on. I can't count how many vehicles. You just take them out of the box, throw them on, and
Yep, they're bulletproof.
Yeah.
And cheap.
Yeah.
It's like the cheapest aftermarket carb you can buy. Like
and it works the best.
$275 or something like that. Yeah, you can't beat them.
Anyway, let's go back to. I heard a rumor.
A rumor.
Yes. Olive. She went to Midnight Speed Labs and bought some merch.
Yeah, that makes Olive a higher form of human.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know if this rumor is true, but if
the mods would put among us.
Yes, if the mods would put up the link, maybe all these people could elevate themselves to Olive's higher vibration.
Nobody could vibrate like Olive. Sorry, that ain't gonna happen. But if the mods could put up a link to Midnight Speed Lab merch, like where is it? I just had it.
The stickers.
Stickers. Yes. Yes. There you go. That.
Yeah. The shirts. Like so. There's hats. There's stickers. There's mugs. If you're like the Midnight Speed Lab your coffee. Anyway, enough of that. Thank you, Mexican Spec.
Jasco Peter, hey Tony, which one of your engines, 318 or 383, is 10 over with standard pistons? Can the pistons crack with that much clearance? How about cold start noises? Both Bottle Rocket and Slag Hammer are 10 over bores. So each one. So Slag Hammer is 10 over with a standard bore, and Bottle Rocket is 40 over with a 30 over piston. And when I'm building an engine to try to go, that I just do that. And
there's no noise on either one.
No noise on either of them. Well, you wouldn't. You're both open-headed cars, so you really wouldn't hear it.
Maybe that's why.
You know what I mean? You really wouldn't hear it. But
I mean, yeah, there's no.
Yeah, but that's because I don't care if it makes noise.
Mm-hmm.
Would I recommend that you do that? No, don't do it. I do it because to me these are disposable things, and if I blow them up, you know what I get out of it when I blow up an engine? Content. So you see what I'm saying? Now, if you blow up your engine, right?
Yeah, all you get is
aggravation.
Hole in your wallet.
It costs you a lot of money. When I blow up an engine, I get content, and I get trolls telling me how I did everything wrong, which creates controversy, which brings people, which means I get clicks and I get paid. So yes, I try to blow stuff up, but that's just me.
Yeah.
John Doe, Tony, who really had the fastest street car back in the day? Phil
McCracken.
No, I don't think he had a last name.
Just Phil.
Yeah, I mean you're talking about not just regional, but like over the entire continent. It was Phil. Jasco Peter, thanks. I always wondered how much clearance you can safely go on a standard cast piston. Safely 5 over. You can get away with 5 over.
Mm-hmm. Here's what. Admin uses 6.6. Any tips for a first project car, shell or a fully running, and maybe an engine swap? First project car, you're better off.
Engine swap.
Yeah, just get something fully running. so you can enjoy it. Because if you're pushing this thing around your parents' garage for 5 years, you're gonna hate the thing. Yeah. And if it's, and especially if it's the first project car and you have a shell, you don't know, just because you don't know, and you're gonna just burn through cash.
Follow. I never thought I'd say this myself, but it's true. Follow the roadkill theory there. Don't get it right, just get it running.
And have fun with it.
And plan your improvements as you go along in stages.
Yeah. You'll have infinitely more fun with it that way. Yeah.
Let's see. John, he did Phil. No, Phil was fast.
Fast Phil.
Yeah. Brian Lewis, 2001 S10 2.2, RPM going up a little and back down while driving. Vacuum leak? No.
While driving, surging while it's driving.
Yeah, it's surging while it's driving. If it's not doing it at idle, it's not a vacuum leak. What causes a surge?
On a 2.2, on a Duke?
That has a distributor in it.
Yeah. So I would say
too far advanced.
Yeah.
Try knocking a timing back about 4 degrees and see what happens. Rust Peter Derelict is saying my guidelines for a project car: good glass, minimal rust, hasn't been completely hacked up.
Yeah.
That's completely reasonable to me.
Just an old car that hasn't had teenagers in it.
Good Lord, Dr. Art.
Good Lord, what?
I have no. Oh, there it is.
Molly was hiding
precious life-giving tobacco.
Molly was hiding your roll-ups.
Molly Jane, you okay? She's looking at me.
Yeah, she's just like, I get this couch to myself without 5 other dogs. This is luxury.
I'm not going to really get her out of here. This is going to be like her thing now.
Oh, this is her house now?
Well, look at it. She can't do that at home.
No, that's what she figured it out. She's like, excuse me, but I have a whole couch and a fuzzy Miami flowery pillow all to myself.
Like a true princess.
Mm-hmm.
Barracuda. Tony and Dr. Art, subframe connectors, opinion of please.
Yes.
Maybe.
I'm just a hard yes. Because if I'm gonna start welding on a car, it's gonna get treated poorly, and I want it to do things. So if you're just driving it around, no, they're silly. But if you're gonna have some fun with it every time, I learned that after like having guys pop windshields out of dusters and things like that.
I see them as a potential liability, right? So what he's saying is right. You're going to put a lot of horsepower to a car, and especially if you're going to stick a lot of horsepower. There's a big difference. You can make 800 horsepower, but if you don't stick 800 horsepower, the chassis ain't seeing 800 horsepower. It's seeing 300 horsepower. So if you're going to make a lot of horsepower and you're going to stick it, then yeah, tie the frame rails together. If you're not, if it's something that you're going to drive, okay, someone's going to hit the road. I personally don't recommend them because the way a unibody car is constructed, right? You take one of these B-body Mopars, for example, right? The way the unibody car is constructed has long sheets, panels of the componentry of the car, and they're spot welded together, right? It's not a continuous weld. They're spot welded front to back. Okay. Now it's done like that so that there is give. Like, let's say between two spot welds, you're going to have a 1/10,000th of an inch of give. It's an unmeasurable real amount. But during the course of the car's life, going over bumps, making turns, oscillating, heating, cooling, doing all those things, the unibody of a car is always moving. It's always subjected to twisting. Now, when you tie the center of the car together, right, with subframe connectors, what you're doing now is you're eliminating all the flex from the middle of the car, and you're focusing 100% of the flex on the ends that aren't tied together. So what that does is it forces more, there's more forces working against the spot welds that hold it together. You're more likely to have damage with a high horsepower car, or a moderate horsepower car, I should say, where it'll start to break spot welds and cause cracks. You have to ask yourself this, right? And this is just common sense. Just put some common sense into this. Chrysler built millions and millions, and so did Ford and GM to an extent, millions and millions and millions of unibody cars from 1958, 1959 until, you know, the end of the FMJ. Okay, so millions and millions and millions of these unibody cars. It would have taken Chrysler absolutely no effort at all to tie the two segments together, the front segment and the back segment. Like the distance on a B-body Mopar from the front segment to the back segment is about 3 feet. So all Chrysler would have had to do was take 3 feet of tubing or box tubing and just stick it in there on their highest performance cars, Roadrunners, Chargers, GTXs, Cruisers, Challengers. It would have taken them absolutely nothing to tie the frame rails together. And in fact, they would have had a talking point. Look, our cars have beefed up, reinforced, tied together full frame rails. Why didn't they do it? Because it's not compatible with the rest of the unibody package. It's forcing stresses into areas that were never intended to have stress. So if Chrysler didn't do it, and if you look at the Chrysler unibody, the way the Chrysler unibody is laid out, the rockers are frame rail, the roof is frame rail, and the segments in the middle are frame rail. So, and then the bulkheads tie that together. So you actually have a complete frame, but instead of the rails coming back like this, the rails come from the front to the bulkhead, out to the rockers, back to the bulkhead, back to the frame rails. So it's like a shape like the Chevy logo, right? Like a bow tie. That's the shape of a Chrysler unibody. Why didn't they just run two simple frame rails right down the center? Wouldn't that have been easier? So that's my answer to the subframe.
That was a big ramble. For being wrong, put the subframe connectors.
But why didn't Chrysler do it?
I don't know. I didn't have a slide rule and smoked a pipe in 1968 somewhere in Detroit.
Do you think that they did not have the technology to put frame connectors in?
I'm sure they did.
Then why didn't they do it?
I don't know.
So that's the question you got to ask yourself. Why wasn't it done from the factory? The easy life. Watch your video today. Does reversing pistons cause more oil consumption? Generally, no. I mean, I've never noticed. It's a possibility, but I've never noticed it. Just like piston slap is a possibility too, but I never noticed it.
And the Wolves has got another question. Have you guys ever messed around with putting grout in the block cement or epoxy for strength on the street? The legend in Australia is they use concrete.
They never used concrete. They use, because concrete will break up. Concrete will just become pebbles after a few heating and cooling cycles. They use a bowling ball material. I can't remember the name of it, but it looks like concrete.
Okay.
It's called bowling ball, whatever the name of it is. It's
bowling ball juice.
Bowling ball juice. They squeeze bowling balls into it. Right. And then there was, what was it, DevCon? Or maybe that was the name of it. But nobody ever actually used concrete.
Yeah, they fill the block.
Or if they did, it's just not a good idea. Yeah. Barry Cuda, good question. So Tony, why? So torque boxes are more relevant than yes, because the torque box
Ties the firewall and the rockers and everything together
without stressing the rest of the unibody. The rest of the unibody is still able to move and flex and do everything it's supposed to do, as it's designed to do, right? And the torque box stiffens only the area that needs that support. You see what I'm saying? Remember, a unibody car is designed to do this. I mean, obviously, it's an exaggeration. I'm doing it with my hands. The movements is subtle, very very easy movements. But a unibody structure is designed to do this. Damage 1cc. While working on my 95 Jeep XJ because it was dying while driving, I tapped on my map sensor with a screwdriver while it was running. When I got home, it would automatically die.
if you tapped on it to get home and it now it dies, and you need one.
Yeah. Would a map sensor cause it to die while it's driving?
95 OBD1. It may. Yeah. Depending. Yeah, it can.
Shout out there. I had a map sensor be physically bad but electronically good on a 92 C100 350 TBI. No, I know what you're talking about. I can picture that because I've come across that damage where the center of it then actually it does the it gets sloppy. I know what you're talking about. Joe K is saying, I think the idea that subframe connectors lock the body down to be rigid. Yes, they do. And let the suspension take up all of the flex. Yes, and in a race car application where you're sticking a lot of power to the ground, and its primary purpose is to be a race car, yeah, by all means, tie it together. But if it's something that's going to go out in the real world and be constant subject to moving and flexing and stressing, I think it's a terrible idea. I tell you what, I'm messing around with Mopars now for I built my first one. I was 16 years old, 63 now. So do the math. A lot of years, many decades, hundreds of cars under my belt. I have never yet once ever connected subframes on one of those cars. Ever. I choose to use sedans because if you use a sedan, either a 4-door or a 2-door with the post, you're doing even better. You're now the flex area that goes between the rocker and the roof. Those two pieces of frame, when you stick a post in there, you make it stiff as a board. And there's no way it's going to move, but you'll still get the flex that's designed into the unibody. Race cars are a different story.
Well, I just assumed if he's thinking about it, it's some kind of fun vehicle. It's not a daily driver.
Well, even fun vehicles. I mean, as I said, Bottle Rocket doesn't have frame connectors.
Okay.
But it's a sedan.
This is a sedan with a 4-point roll bar in it, too. That stiffens it up.
No, there's no bar in it.
There's no bar now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
Bar's too heavy. Ken Lepek, tapping on a map will cause a change in idle. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yes. But we still only have 91 likes.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. There are other lives that have many more likes than that. And then what they do is they pop in here and they watch ours.
Right.
And they say there's only 91, and then they laugh. And
they go and they take a screenshot and go to theirs and they go, look at these idiots.
Yep.
Okay. Tank and Pandas braids. Just picked up a running 318 73 block. Does it have floating connecting rods pistons? And should I put the pistons in backwards when I freshen it up? For science, of course.
73 does not have floating pins. But you can. I mean, I explained it as best I could in that video. I gave you the possible downside to it all, but I mean, the key to life is experimentation. So try it, see what happens.
Miss Molly, come here.
Cadillac, a TBI Chevy is known for leaking throttle shaft, which can present as a bad map. Very good. Thank you. That's good information.
Yeah.
Lyman Stein says, I wait until you guys complain before I hit the like button.
Well, thanks. I think we complained earlier.
Is that nice? Well, we only got 99, and watch. Now somebody's going to unlike it, and it's going to go to 98.
98,
what?
97.
Let's see. I bet you it goes to 98 before it goes to 100.
It goes to 100, yeah.
Watching.
Oh, it's 100.
They love us. They really do.
They really do.
Tank Pandas, love that video. Thank you. Bex Pyro, opinion on a 6-liter LS FBO on E85. That's all you. My opinion is it's all him. No idea.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. And if you don't want it, you just put it in a box and drop it at my house. So that's my opinion. You should. Yes, you should. Ethan Manley, do you need to run lead substitute in a 54 Red Ram Hemi, or are they fine on unleaded?
Oh God, I'm not familiar with the metallurgy in those heads in particular, so
aren't they a little compression and everything though?
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with the seat material, the hardness of the seat. You know what? I would err on the side of run some lead substitute in there. Some engines, I can tell you for certain, they will never sink a valve. Like big block Mopars in general will never sink a friggin' valve. Other engines, Slant 6s, it's common. So, it just depends on the treatment that those cylinder heads saw, because they flame harden the seats on some of them and they don't on others. So, err on the side of caution with that. Hello, Molly. Come on, baby. What do you want, pets or treats? What do you want? Want to give me a kiss? Oh, thank you. I love you too. You're such a good girl. She's such a good girl.
Damage 1 NCC. My son and I rebuilt a 4-liter in my backyard. Would have never done that. Not watching your videos. Thank you for your videos. Our 4-liter runs great. I also rebuilt the injectors.
Awesome. It's always very gratifying to hear. I mean, listen, the money is cool, right? But it's very, very gratifying to know that people follow along with the stuff and they have success. So thank you. I appreciate it. Believe me. D. Strauss, some early Mopars came from the factory with hard exhaust valve seats. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like all your big block Mopars had flame hardened seats, but I can't say the same thing for the 1950s, especially like the Dodges. I don't know. I don't know. Shadow Ops. I wonder if the 348 W series had offset pistons. The compression chamber was wedged and partially part of the cylinder. Yeah, that wouldn't have any effect on whether the pin is offset or not. And yeah, more than likely it is.
Joe K, do you take Winnie to training too?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Tonight was just Molly. And tomorrow night, last night they both went 2 different classes. And then tomorrow night, they both go to 2 different classes. But tonight it was just me and Molly Jane doing the good citizen class.
Tony Habit, 1989 Dodge Ram with a crappy throttle body injection. Had an underhood fire and...
Well, then that's not good.
He's going to let us hang there.
Yeah, that's cliffhanger. Granddad's Junk, why don't you guys do a live reassemble the 383? I mean, there's no reason we couldn't.
Right, now that it's not inferno outside.
Yes.
And then...
Did you notice how I'm procrastinating?
Yeah, I know you've been dragging...
I'm dragging ass because I don't want to clean that freaking block. I'm dreading it so much.
That's why I knocked out the cylinder heads.
Yeah, get it out of the way, right?
Yeah, done.
Yeah, I know. Well, I gotta bite the bullet and
just get it done in the next few days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tank and Pandas raids. Your channel and Dead Dodge Garage have saved me tons of time with my Chrysler projects. Thanks. Yeah, well, Jamie's awesome, man. Jamie, he's the future. He is the future of Mopar.
Mm-hmm.
It went to shit. I got 1986 Ram intake. Oh, okay, that's the one with the
Piano 47. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. It went to shit. I got an 1886 Ram intake and other parts. Can I swap the stuff over and retro this bitch? What was it originally? 89. Yeah.
Yeah, 89, 86. Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Ram intake and other parts. Let me think about this for a second. Yes. Yeah, no problem. Bolt it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, they're all talking to each other about
They are.
smack.
They don't care about us.
No.
Screw these old guys. Any faceplant videos tonight? I not yet.
No.
Corvette racers have used 9 inches forever. Only the stick ones.
Yeah.
Automatic guys all use a 12 bolt. I tell you what, Hemi, the guys that were racing, if you go back to I don't know when they stopped this, but like in the 1990s, all of the guys that were running in Superstock A and Superstock Double A with the Hemi darts and Cudas, the Double A cars all had like 12 bolt rears on them. They had General Motors 12 bolt rears on them because it took less power to turn the things than either the 8 3/4 or the Dana. And the stick cars had Danas, but the automatics were all swapped over to 12 bolts, which I always thought that was really weird because you're looking at this Barracuda with 1432s on the back pulling away from you, and there's a 12 bolt rear end cover on the back of it.
Yeah, they're still all talking to each other.
They are, but not Nick Manzano. He wants to know, is an Elbach 600 CFM good for a Chevy 350 engine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect daily driver carburetor for the perfect daily driver engine.
Throw it on there and be happy. Yeah.
Let's see. Any updates on, well, it's not called Scribbled anymore. It's called
Scribbles is dead.
Right. It's called Stab?
Smog.
It's called Smog. So what's going on with that?
There'll be should be a video coming up this weekend. Carpets in, seats are refoamed, and all that kind of stuff. And just getting out there and getting it all back all into one piece, and it's looking fantastic.
And selling it.
And selling it. We may do a selling it live.
How are you gonna do that?
I don't know.
All right, we'll sell it live.
We'll sell it live.
Barracuda, what the hell was that noise? It's my soul eating a taco. Sometimes it happens so loud, the microphone picks it up, right? I know it's a little weird, but it happens. It happens. John Doe, I have a Mercruiser 383 for a Suburban swap. Are Marine Motors muff
Yeah, a myth.
Yes, a myth.
Myth.
Oh, bro, you better check the rotation on that engine. Okay, the Merc. No, okay. My soul was grabbing in front of the taco.
Yeah.
That was Winnie drinking out of the bowl. She looks like she's fixing a piss. Check that Merc Cruiser and make sure it's not reverse rotation. A lot of marine engines are reverse rotation, and if
You get
it is,
you get a big surprise otherwise.
you'll have a big surprise because you'll never start it for openers because the cam is going to be reverse rotation, and if you change the cam, it's going to piss oil out of the rear main seal because the crankshaft is knurled backwards on a reverse rotation engine. So as the engine is running, it's actually pushing oil to the seal. So make sure you check out the rotation of the motor before you go any further. Ken Leppick is saying you typically only find reverse rotation engines with a twin screw setup. Well, his luck would be, you got to check, bro. You got to check. Merc Cruiser just raises a red flag to me. Better check the rotation.
Oh, I didn't see Jason's Automotive was in here. Hello, Jason.
Hold on, Jason.
You spelled smog, S-M-A-U-G for some reason. Because that's how you spell it, Mexican spec. Smog, S-M-A-U-G.
Smog.
In English is smog.
It's what?
Smog.
Smog.
S-M-A-U-G. Yeah.
I guess you can spell it a few different ways.
No, it's S-M-A-U-G.
Smog.
You could spell the words smog different.
Right.
But the car, that's the way it's spelled.
I'm saying in general the word smog. It
means nothing.
Means nothing. So spell it any way you like.
That's right.
Right. The K is silent.
Yeah. Everyone in here is spelling it S-M-O-G. Well, everyone in here is wrong besides Jason. So, many.
Well, but if you were to say my car was called Smog.
Smog!
I'm a New Yorker. It's how I say these things.
That's how it's phonetically. Smog! It's not smog.
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 Yeah.
Well, how would you say? Let's take a poll. Who would spell smog S-M-O-G and who would spell smog S-M-O-A-G? S-M-A. What is it? Spell it? S-M-A-U-G.
Yeah.
S-M-A-U-G. Quack attack. Smog is a combination of smoke and fog.
Yeah.
With a U, it defeats the definition.
No.
Nice.
Smog is what's in the air. Smog is the actual object car transportation unit. Correct, Boomer.
Oh, that's right. Drivers, smog is from a movie. I forgot about that.
Yes.
I hear smog. I picture smog. You know, it's like if you could build a car, let's say you do burnouts, you're gonna make smog.
Yeah.
So that's how I equate it. The movie. I forgot about
the movie. It's always about the movie.
Everything's about the movie.
She's just scraping for attention.
Oh, she's tired. She's a little sleepy.
Yeah.
Look at her eyes.
Take a nap, dog.
If you tell her nap, she's going to go looking for her cage. Let's see. Dean Stevenson. Thank you, Dean.
Yeah.
Just Dean Stevenson, thank you.
How about Smibbles? No.
Jeff Hutchins, one of you guys has your hat on backwards. Do you decide which one? Is it our faces on backwards?
Right. Is it the back of my face?
Car keys are khakis. But scribble. Let's see. Fog.
Fog. Smog, bog, smog.
Let's see. Molly is not a dog. She's a
dog.
Okay, I should rag on my New York accent.
Oh, are you here for dog treats? Where'd you go?
She's right there.
Come here.
Make her sit. Tell her to sit.
Sit. Small dog. Sit.
Molly, sit. Molly, sit. Good girl. Good girl.
Good citizen.
Yes. Shake. Shake. Good girl. Good girl. Take her a treat. She's awesome. She's absolutely awesome. Charlie Roman's saying what accent? Right, I know.
Right. Bob's Chop Shop.
Thoughts poly heads on an LA block and notching the pistons or otherwise using 283 pistons. Supposed to be an old rebuilding hot rodders trick. I don't have any opinion on using the 283 pistons. I don't know.
Wouldn't a 340 head build breathe better anyway?
Yeah. Bob, he's exactly right. Even a 360 head is going to work. Is going to breathe better than the poly. As far as using a 283 Chevy in an LA block, I don't know, because there's going to be pin differences, pin height differences. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
He just wants a cool poly look.
Yeah, oh, that's possible. That's possible.
Mm.
Get a poly. See?
Yeah. Probably cheaper.
Yeah. You can buy poly. People have polys laying around still to this day. You get for like $50, $100.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to be cool, try to find an old Chrysler poly, the Spitfire poly, the 354. They are just the coolest looking engines because they've got that hacksaw shaped valve cover. It's more
got like the teeth.
Yeah. And you can use a bunch of early Hemi stuff on that. Even the early Hemi intake manifolds interchange on those engines. So you've got all kinds of crazy stuff you can do with them.
I seen one of those. It fooled me for a minute until I noticed the valves, but they have where the exhaust manifold bolts up. It's on top and bottom of each port.
Yeah.
So it looked like a 390 port, and I'm like, what? It was confused me for a second. Jimmy Loose.
Thank you, Jimmy. For the super chat. Always wondered why some fan belts are solid and some are ribbed. Seems like the ribbed ones with less area would be weaker. I never really gave that any thought. Why are some? Oh, geez, yeah. We've got Cold War motors. Oh, that's a nice picture. Calendar. We need to flip it over to August. That's why we need Dr. Art for this. Right?
No, that's why we need whoever said to flip it.
Jimmy, I do not know why some are ribbed and some are plain.
For her pleasure.
Do you have any idea why they did that?
No.
See, now I have to figure this out.
There's a whole video in there.
I'm going to end up having to research the history of drive belts and look at pictures.
No pen, no notes.
When did I first start seeing ribbed drive belts? On General Motors cars. First I was seeing on General Motors cars. And they were a smaller diameter. Okay, first ribbed belts I recall seeing would be on Ford and General Motors smog pumps, air pumps. I'm going to look into this. I'm going to look into this now. Boomer saying supposedly, or Mexican spec is saying, I think when the belt has to wrap around a tighter spaces. The ribbed one would work better, possibly. Boomer supposedly rib belts gripped and wore better. Ken Lepic, apparently the rib belts are rib belts are more flexible and will seat down in a smaller pulley better.
There's Jamie.
Oh, maybe Jamie knows.
Jamie, the knowledge of all wisdom.
He seems to know everything. Jamie, why are some fan belts, V belts, ribbed and others are smooth? Dean Stevens saying Dad Dodge Garage online quoting source.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Molly Jane, what are you doing, baby?
I think she's looking for a break.
I believe so. You want to hold it down? For
Yeah,
a couple
I'll
minutes?
hold it down.
Let me take her for a quick walk, guys. I'll be right back. I think she's needing to
go outside.
Yes. Come here, Molly.
We'll take the laptop over here.
You're such a good girl.
Jeff Hudgens says ribbed on rib pulleys for surface area. And it's
Where's my lighter? Oh, no,
it's over there. Need it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jamie says brand choice to reduce noise. I think. I don't think there is any particular reason heavy-duty V-belts to drive equipment are always solid, though. Well, there you go. Or was it just to look cool? I have ribs on my belt, and I am fantastic. That kind of thing. I don't know anything. Jamie's juxtaposition, J-code, justification, and juice source. Jamie has a juice store. Granddad Jack, poly engines are hard to find here in New Zealand. Bob, build a poly, do some porting and wake it up nicely. The problem with the polys is, of course, the exhaust port, and you can't take enough off the roof before you go into areas of water and oil and stuff like that. So that's just the problem with it. That's the problem. Yeah, Jamie asked Tony about subframe connectors, which he's wrong about. If coming from Mustang world and stuff like that, and all of Mustangs and Falcons and everything else like that, then yeah, put subframe connectors in if you're going to build any kind of a hot rod with any kind of a power. You don't wreck stuff. Believed to reduce slippage and squeal, but that's BS. Yeah. Thank you, but I know I don't eat or drink fruit unless it's Tang. That's right. Tony hates connectors. Yeah, he doesn't believe in corners, so it's probably fine. Yes, that's right. All he knows is this. He doesn't stop or turn or do anything or nothing like that. So you could take a unibody car and make it actually perform with subframe connectors to tie it all and make the suspension all level instead of going in 4 different directions when you go into a corner. So any ad with bikinis? Well, if you're getting a bikini ad, congratulations. Interrupt says for flexibility and run cooler. I can see maybe run cooler, but is there really a problem with your belts heating up? Very good. I believe in corners. That's right. So that's why people do them for handling it, not just one thing.
No party.
No.
No,
she just was a little bored.
She's just bored.
Oh, okay.
And tired. She's very tired. I don't think she had a nap today.
Oh, okay.
So what did I miss?
You were chastised by Jamie, but that's okay.
Oh, jeez. What did I do, Jamie? They will turn on me eventually.
Yeah.
Barracuda believes in corners. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see. Dead Dodge Garages. Jamie saying, dude, the Dart Sport I just built very much believe in corners. Amazing setup. I can't even spell corner.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that's like. Corners are for things that aren't two wheels. Corners are for motorcycles. You know, it's like that's where a motorcycle really shines.
Are there any unibody motorcycles? No.
There are your pressed frame Hondas from the late 50s and the early 60s.
The scooters?
No, actually, they're motorcycles. They're original motorcycles. Were pressed frame.
Frame.
Well, the frame unibody frame. So in other words, they didn't have tubing. It was actually, stamped sheet metal welded together.
Okay.
Honda Trail 70. Yeah, they have press frame. Quack Attack. This is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite promotional ad for classic Mopar, Ford, or GM?
For GM, it would have to be the Pontiac GTO and put a tiger in your tank. You know,
Okay.
that whole thing. That's most of these people have never seen that but
no, wait a minute. No. Put a tiger in your tank was gasoline.
Was it the Exxon?
Before it was Exxon, it was Esso. And Esso was the dinosaur. The tiger, which gasoline? So the GTO had the tiger ads where the car actually had like a tiger tail in the trunk.
Yes.
But then there was also put a tiger in your tank. And I think they
I'm getting my brain confused.
You're getting your brains confused.
Yeah.
Which was the gas company put a tiger in your tank? Sinclair was the dinosaur. That was it.
Yeah.
Damage wants to know, how much do you charge for a tune?
What kind of car? If it's like a Jeep or an Ellis, they're $285. Hemis, I'll refer you to my buddy because I don't do Hemi tunes anymore.
Olive, it wasn't Exxon back then. It was called Esso.
Mm.
It wasn't Exxon until like middle 1970s. Indoor bumper, we hit it with a crowbar. That was good. Internet says Exxon was the tiger thing. Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah, computer's right.
My favorite promotional ads, the 1969 Plymouth series of ads, which are just like across the board. They're all awesome. I think the one for the 69 GTX might have been. Oh, the 69 6-pack Roadrunner ad.
With the beep beep and.
It's a cartoon of a car, obviously, right? It's all distorted and stuff, and you're looking at the car, like at the hood, the grill, the hood, and the driver is in the car, and the driver's got these like tiny little beady eyes, and he's all like shocked at how like this thing is running. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with the 69 6-pack Roadrunner ad. I'll find it for you guys.
There you go. Where's your phone?
I can't. My phone is in the car. I will not find it. Oh no, my phone is here.
My phone is
I'll
here.
find the ad.
Your dog keeps putting things behind the computer.
Yes. Okay. $1969 6-pack. And
Daniel Valdez. I'm having issues with no lights on my 1980 Camaro. I'm not getting any power to both the dimmer switch or the headlight switch.
Yeah, this is it.
Plugs, both grounds, wires for the headlights are grounded to the core support.
So this is the ad that I'm talking about. And you can't really see it, but if you look all the way in the back, there's a driver there with these beady little eyes. Okay. So the ad copy reads ETs and specs on our newest Roadrunner, 440 cubes, glass hood, and 3 Hollies. Plymouth tells it like it is. And then it goes on in the ad copy, it goes on, it's just too small to read, but it goes on to give all of the specifications and then the quarter-mile times. And I think they had Ronnie Sox drive it. They had like a regular driver and they had Ronnie Sox make runs in it and it compared times. I don't know if it's this ad or not, but yeah, that was typical Mopar advertising of the day. And it was all done through a company called Young and Rubicam in New York, was the advertising agency for that. And the artist was actually an Australian cartoonist that when you find, and I don't remember his name, but when you find his work, it's like in kitty cartoons, then you'll right away you recognize the Plymouth ads from 1969.
Okay, anything on that for Daniel? 80 Camaro, not getting any power to the dimmer switch or the headlight switch. Both ground wires for the headlights are grounded to the core support.
Oh, what is fusible link? So you got 2 fusible links on that car, and they're on the starter. So the one fusible link is like everything, and then one fusible link is the lights and not everything else. So go to the starter. The big wire that bolts onto the starter that goes to the battery, you'll see that there are 2 small wires that go with it, and those are both fusible links. So the one for your headlights has discombobulated.
Or when you change the starter, you forgot it.
Well, yeah, that too. People I've done that.
Olive Drive. I think Joe Azuzu was the best car ads I can think of offhand. Everything
I
else.
remember those.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Mm-hmm.
Driver of Misfits, the 1960s VW ads were great. 2 pennies a mile.
2 cents a mile when gas was 26 cents a gallon. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big. That's the one that I remember the most out of the Volkswagen ads from that day.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was like the guy was chanting like 2 pennies a mile, 2 pennies a mile. That's what it cost to run a Volkswagen Bug back in the day. So BP is better than Fly P. Yes, it is. Dean, the B is larger, and so P is going to be better. The bigger it is, always better.
Right. Yeah.
Except when you're talking about tumors. Buddy Corfano, a guy hitting the GTO bumper with the hammer. Yeah, somebody mentioned that already.
Mm-hmm.
Enduro bumpers. Let's see. J. Just J.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, how similar is a 5.2 Magnum to a mid-73 18? My neighbor swears most parts interchange, and I'm thinking about buy his Grand Cherokee. They're similar, but dissimilar enough that if you're thinking about dropping in a Grand Cherokee, don't. Just find a 5.2.
You find another 5.2 Magnum.
Yeah.
Or 5.9 Magnum and turn it up. And yeah.
Yeah.
but don't retro in LA. Don't go that way. Go the other way.
Too much work.
Yeah.
Jamie, what was your favorite Mopar ad, man? The main CD Burlock says he saw a movie today. They said Nitro was $7 a gallon. That's what it was around 1970. Yeah. When I was buying, it was 100. It was 20 a gallon. That was like in the late 80s or early 90s. Plus, this Jeff Hutchins, or the Chevy ad, where all of the bros show up after the apocalypse and Joe didn't make it. Somehow, someone asks what happened to him. Another guy says he drove a Ford. Let's see. Sent a link in the comment. I don't see any links.
No, you can't send a link unless you're us or a mod. Sorry.
Piano, on the 89 Ram Charger, can I retro the distributor back to box and ballast resistor? Yes, you can. Petronics, I've had bad experiences with them. Try to stick with just
the old factory stuff.
Chrysler factory stuff. You can't go wrong. Let's see. Dean Stevenson says if it's not more than 5 seconds on the floor, Scoop, you can still eat that dropped ice cream cone. I agree.
The floor's not that dirty.
Huh.
This is what your grandma said for whatever.
My puppy eats off the floor. If it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me.
Right.
Olive Drab is saying they were trying to reboot the Brooke Shields controversy with a side of eugenics. What did you expect? I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, Brooke Shields is a guy. I know that. But what are you talking about now?
They're talking about some jeans ad where they had just a regular hot chick in a pair of jeans to sell them, and everyone's going wild over it for some reason.
Oh, the City Sweeney thing.
Yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
A beautiful girl. I don't know why anybody would have a problem with her. She's a beautiful girl. Why does anybody have to make anything of that?
Oh, it's because they're twats, and they, anything to do stupid shit.
Oliver say Tony can't eat the dropped ice cream cone because of all the doggies. He's right about that. They'll eat my face. Piano, so find the old distributor numbers. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Tony, isn't it my bedtime? It's my puppy's bedtime for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to wrap it up in a couple minutes here.
Yeah.
Actually, what do you need to? The Midnight Speed Labs.
Midnight Speed Labs. Go to midnightspeedlabs.com and go and buy something.
Yes.
Go back and watch the 2-cylinder head videos because the second one's not doing as good as the first one.
That's always the way.
Yeah,
that's always the way.
The first one did great. The second one, it's okay, but it's not slamming. And then you should have a smog interior video. Now that all the other little side projects are out of my garage, I can get that car done and go on. We got to get out to either the track or the speed lab here pretty quickly.
I'm good to go either way.
Okay.
I can go either way. Kathy's up and running, walking rapidly, and so yeah, I'm a free man again. And tomorrow we're gonna go look at what. I guess I'm gonna shoot a video of that tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna look at what is possibly the internet's greatest will it run
of
in
all
all of
time.
history.
It'd break the internet.
You know the whole will it run? You know, okay. Tomorrow we're gonna check out
Something that'll blow your mind.
over the top. Will it run? Parked for 52 years. Will it run? But you've never seen one like this before. So tomorrow we're gonna go check that out. And no, it's not something that can be done in one episode. This is gonna take weeks.
And it's freaking beautiful.
But yeah, I think you guys are gonna like this. I hope you guys are gonna like this because I'm committing a lot of time to it.
Yeah, that's it.
Ken Lepic, it'll run. Damn straight it'll run.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay, I can't think of anything else. I'm drawing a blank. It's been a long day. So Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab, and then you're on live every Monday
nights.
7 o'clock Central Time.
7 o'clock Central.
7 o'clock Central Time. So guys, you know where to go for that. Midnight Speed Labs. The merch.
It's flying off the shelf. Don't be the last guy without one.
You need to have it.
Yeah.
And Jeff Hutchins is saying, go watch Dead Dodge Garage's Engine Wednesday video when this is over. I know he did something on a Hemi today, a 392 Hemi. Yeah, absolutely. Every Wednesday, Jamie that's his Engine Wednesday. He throws engine videos out every Wednesday. So if you're an engine guy, that's the place to
Engines by Jamie on Wednesday.
And I think that's it. So our fantastic mods, right? Fubar, Zero, Mexican Spec, and so Ari in there for a while too. Guys, thank you so much as always to keep everything clean and even. Everybody contribute. Super chat, awesome. My puppies love that. That's where all their
high value treats
come from. And everybody contribute just your presence in the conversation. Thank you equally for sharing your time with us. And I'm going to hit the out button. And
we're going to be out.
And that's it, right?
You can't.
Did I thank the mods? Of course I thank the mods.
Do it now or hold your peace because we're out of here.
Or maybe I just stare at it for a while. Good night, guys. And it's over this simply. No, this.